So we be filming.
Oh, we're filming?
What is
Oh my god. Hi! Can you see me if you come through here?
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
It's a family show. What are we
We're
doing?
gonna get demonetized for
Oh yeah, because all 7 of
gestures.
our viewers are gonna complain.
So today, boys, we are working on the Evo.
The Evo 10.
We are doing an oil change and some plugs, and we're gonna do the transmission fluid tomorrow night. We're gonna put the red line cocktail in here to try to get rid of some of that notorious third gear crunch. If you are an Evo owner, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
What is the red line cocktail?
It's 2 quarts of Redline MTL and 1 quart of Redline MT90, and it's a super friction reducing fluid setup. I run it in the Skyline as well, and it works really good.
Hell yeah.
You know, I think this car has an aftermarket clutch in it. I'm looking through the window on the trans now, and it doesn't look factory.
Does it say Mitsubishi?
It doesn't say Shitsubishi.
Shitsubishi.
Huh, I don't know. That might explain why the clutch is such a pain in the dick.
Such a chunker.
It's pretty hard to drive. I've had like unsprung 6-putt clutches, and this is just as bad. You got shaky takeoffs all the time. It's like, whoa.
Ooh, some chatter?
Nah, no chatter. It just feels like I'm a noob every time I take off from a red light.
Well, that's because you gotta launch it every time. Every time.
Traction control off, launch mode engage. You know, the last 2 times I launched this car, I forgot to turn traction control off, and it took off like a bat out of hell and then fell on its face.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it spins from a launch and then it just cuts like all power. I don't know if it's like new car. I guess because it's drive-by-wire. Probably when that shit comes on, it's just like, nope, no throttle. You're done.
Should we show them the racing seats?
You're done. Oh yeah. Show them the first mod.
Well, I gotta show them why it's important. Ooh, you got them floorboard lights too?
Yeah, that's factory.
It's factory?
Yeah.
Blue?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The dome lights, the dome LEDs aren't factory.
Oh, that looks good.
The floorboard lights are.
Wow.
It's pretty neato.
Doesn't even have any gauges, bro. You need those hot boy like gauge pod on the A-pillar.
This would be like the first car I've ever done one of those on, but I was already thinking about that.
To let everybody know how sick your car is.
I want to definitely do like a full AEM setup on this car, like the AEM wideband, their True Boost setup, and then an oil pressure gauge.
So
that's really all it needs.
Factory Recaros?
This is a factory fun boy.
Not factory Recaro hot boy baby seat.
I need a drain pan.
To get all the drifts. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
This is the fastest car that so far has been in the shop. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Which is the same. It's kind of sad. Just means Hanson David is a slow car.
You're gonna put a Hanson Danger.
We slow around here. It's alright.
You gonna put a Hanson
We have-
Danger
we have
sticker
fun.
on the Evo?
Hmm?
You gonna put a Hanson Danger sticker on the Evo?
Oh, 100%.
100%.
200%. I'm 200%. I can't say that.
No, you can't say that. Come on.
You already know.
Wait till I stop filming.
You already know what I was gonna say.
Let's put in a little bit of work.
I'm 200% Evo. I just feel that. We got a red light.
I
This
don't
is
know if we
first.
can play this music in the video though. They're probably gonna shut it down. We just have to test out the new spark plugs and the oil change to make sure that
The spark plugs gave us an extra 50 horsepower.
yeah, extra 50 horsepower because they're NGKs.
Give me a little first gear pull since I haven't yet.
Bang it first. going down to the light and make a right.
Whoops. She's a ripper, huh?
Dude, first gear pulls really hard.
Straight?
Right.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, we'll make it right.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see the homie. The homie. Jesus!
Fucking slam.
Nissan's on the right. Make it right. Oh.
Brembos. We're good.
Brembos, we good. We good. I
This
think
him?
he's in the F-250 right there. Flex on him.
Make sure this is him.
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, hey, bud. Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother!
What do you think?
You want that launch mode? Ah, now it's
Hell
broken.
yeah.
I saw it, dude.
What are you doing?
Red line cocktail. We're doing a drainy boy. This is where the Evo X drain plug is, by the way, if you were wondering. It's not this one. It's not that one, and it's not that one.
That's not.
And it's not this one either. Yeah, in case you were wondering.
Doesn't look too bad.
Nah, it doesn't look that bad. Get some magnet on there. See how much metal there is. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't work that way, but if it did, that'd be bad.
What are you putting in it?
So we're doing 2 quarts of red line MTL, bada bing, and then 1 quart MT90. It's not even quite the full quart, but you top it off with that. And if you have an Evo, you know about 3rd gear crunchiness, and this is supposedly going to take care of it. That's what everybody says.
3rd gear crunchy.
Yeah, it feels really notchy.
Why?
It's just like from
Why
the
just
back.
in 3rd gear?
I mean, it's kind of all notchy, but 3rd gear is extra crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all say that. But I run this stuff in this car too. Granted, this is completely different platform, but the synchros on this car felt like they were going out. It was pretty bad, and then I put redline in it, and it was good after that. So this car sees many of clutch kicks because RB20. It's like driving an 8.6 basically.
Just gotta keep it high up in the
Yeah,
rev.
yeah.
In the revies.
No power.
The revy
But,
boys.
it does things. It's fun. Oh, now she's just peeing. Just a tinkle. But, well, here, you know what? If you actually look up here, you can see that clutch fork stopper. We should have filmed, but we just installed this as well. This is a clutch fork stop, because for whatever reason on these pull-type clutches on the Evo, when you bang gears, sometimes this clutch fork will back out too far, and it causes the throwout bearing clip to fall out and costs you a lot of money in having to get your trans pulled, or even if you do it yourself, that's a lot of fucking time over a throwout bearing that costs $20. So you buy this little $50 mod here, and this is gonna save you. We'll show you from the top when we get the car back down, but basically there's 2 bolts that run on the top of the slave, on the top of the slave cylinder. You just pull those out. You really should undo the clutch line so it's not fighting you moving around, but I didn't want to bleed my clutch. I don't have time, so I kind of just muscled it back over. You bolt it down, it just bolts in. It's like an L, just like pink, like that.
Hold on, let me zoom out. Oh, that's all the way out.
That's all right. It just looks like an L, and that's the bottom of the L. It faces down. You got this little bolt here, and basically that goes right up against the clutch fork, or not against it, but about 1/8 of an inch gap between the clutch fork and this little bolt here. And if it ever tries to back out too far, it'll hit this bolt. And it's a little $48 reassurance that every Evo 10 owner needs to do. Hands down, like, easiest shit you can possibly do to this car, and it costs $50 shipped to your house. I got mine on Amazon Prime, $2 shipping.
Those bolts that run through it are the bolts for the slave cylinder. So you just pull the slave cylinder bolts out.
Yeah, they're just slave cylinder mounting bolts. They don't actually they're not like a banjo bolt that has fluid running through them or anything. So I checked the clutch and it feels exactly the same as when I took it off. So no need to bleed it if you do it that way. But if you do it the right way, I guess is what you would call it, you'd want to take this line off here. And then you're gonna have to bleed your clutch. But we're gonna do that next weekend because we're gonna remove the clutch pill out of this, which is just a little restrictor spring that it restricts the fluid from coming back fast enough when you engage the clutch. So makes the shift response kind of slow and sluggy. Makes it feel like the clutch is driving you rather than you driving the clutch. So it's not fun. It feels sloppy. If you've ever driven Evo 8 or 9, they don't do it. These cars, they feel really sloppy. Like when you pull the pedal out, it gets to the point where it's supposed to engage, and you could be all the way out, and sometimes you'll feel the car kind of buck and catch fluid, almost like you're a noob to driving a standard. You know, when you think you let the clutch out just far enough, you're like, oh, I'm going, and then you bounce it again. That's kind of what it does.
Hell yeah.
So that's a free mod, so we'll show you how to do that next weekend. And that's completely free, apparently one of the best things you can do for these cars, so.
Hell yeah.
Avoid your warranty, boys. Nah, they'll never check that. But we'll do that, and we'll do the transfer case and diff fluids next week too. But I have a 10-hour road trip in this. Tomorrow, in like, what time is it? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
So like 8 more hours, I'll be on the road.
All right on.
So that's gonna be fun. And then I guess we'll get to see testament to time if the Evo is a good daily driver or not. Because I bought this car, not really with the intentions of modifying it. We were just gonna drive it. Doing little stuff like this to make sure I don't have to pull my transmission over a throwout bearing. Making sure the fluids are good. And we're just gonna drive it. Probably get a tune because this car's got some bolt-ons and it should have a tune. But it'll be good. Be all Gucci.
Hell yeah. Well, Jesse left and we forgot to record that fork stopper from the top. But I don't know, I guess if you have any questions about it, shoot us a message and we'll answer any questions. But today, to wrap up the weekend, got a little baby Z car. Got the diff pulled out. It's pretty simple. 2 bolts here. 1 bolt in here. Then your ABS wheel speed sensors have to come off. There's a little vent tube on the top that's got to come off. I've got a tranny jack that I put inside here to lower it down, but you'll probably need 2 people. It's not the lightest thing in the world. But we thought it wasn't open, but it is not. It is a VLSD. So it's just clapped out. So we're gonna try and weld it. A lot of play. We're gonna fill these holes full of weld. I don't know if you can see. You can see the spider gears in there. I'm gonna try and weld those to the casing. Weld that. Weld them together in the corners. Just do the best that I can until we can get an open diff. Weld the crap out of that and put it back in. So, hell yeah. Alrighty. The end of the weekend is here. Got this beast welded up. Both spin at the same time. Good sign. Gosh dang. Gonna open up Nissan dealership, man. But angle kit's on its way. GK Tech, we'll get that installed. Gonna do some wiring on the LS swap next weekend. Get that done. It's a good weekend. Got a lot done. I don't know, maybe the turbo will be in next week for this guy. And then this guy, we're just gonna get it prepped, some fluids and whatnot. We'll probably do a sexy video on this guy, like a walkthrough or something like that. But yeah, catch you later.